College Point needs a lot of very special help. College Point is dying right now, and it is in a state of emergency.
You said us the background. Yeah. Yep.
I'll start over. So College Point is in a state of emergency. The roads are in disrepair. There's crime rampant in our streets. Just the other day, we saw somebody with a machete going down College Point Boulevard, would not stop for the police. It is bedlam in College Point. The changes that I would bring to this community, number one, I have proposed from the beginning of my campaign a new police precinct in the police academy here in College Point. It is so pivotal that we do that. Number two, backing our NYPD, making sure they're well funded, and repealing cashless bail that has criminals going back out onto the streets. So those are just a couple of things that I would do. I would also like to bring state funding down to College Point so we could help the city councilwoman Vicky Palladino clean our streets, get rid of the potholes. That's just some of the things that I want to do for this community, but I'm speaking to so many different people here today that want a change. They do not want the same old, same old. Well, I'll tell you what caused the problem here in the 109 precinct. Number one, population increase is huge. There are not enough cops to be able to service the full area. That's why I have proposed from the beginning splitting the 109th precinct, having a police precinct in the police academy here in College Point. And number two, the reason that we're in this mess is because of defund the police politicians like my opponent, people who are trying to put violent criminals back out onto the streets, and those that just don't want cops in our community. They want to abolish the police altogether. It's against common sense. When you vote for me in November, I will make sure we have police on the streets, we have a new police precinct, and we repeal cashless bail. My background, I went to school in St. Catherine's in Astoria, and then I went to St. Demetrius, then St. John's Prep, and then I went to college in Brooklyn in St. Francis. And from a very young age, my father instilled in me this spirit of service, where you have to be of service to the community. You need to make sure that your public spaces, you know, he never liked seeing anybody litter around him. He would always pick up after other people. And from that point, I always had a very strong connection to public service. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start my own branch of the American Conservation Coalition, a group that is dedicated to cleaning up parks and public spaces. I always say this, you know the quality of a neighborhood by the spaces nobody owns. So I did that for a while. And then I decided, you know what, after having my own small business and refinancing houses for Cardinal Financial, I decided, you know what, I'm going to jump into politics, and I'm going to manage a couple of people's campaigns, and I did. I was a campaign manager for an assembly campaign, a city council campaign, and now I'm running a campaign myself because I believe that I'm the only person in this race that can truly represent this community, especially the College Point community that is so diverse and needs the help. I will be the College Point State Senator in Albany. Number one, we're going to make sure that the Chinese community is not attacked when they go out on the streets just for the way that they look. Number two, for immigrant communities here, we need to make sure that when they go to schools, right, they have good and proper schools. We need to make sure we have gifted and talented programs in our schools. We have the SAT and the SAT. My opponent, unfortunately, does not believe in the gifted and talented program. She appointed somebody to the Regents Board that believes that Asian people are part of the white hierarchy, which is disgusting and wrong. When you vote for Stefano Forte, you're going to make sure that you have gifted and talented programs in your schools, you have safe schools, and you have merit-based education, not a lottery system. I will advocate for the Chinese community and the immigrant community.